Right, now we know how to pick the string, and we're sitting correctly with our feet flat on the floor and our guitar nice and close and up horizontal. We're going to learn how to play a little tune. So first off, I like to play this string 2 times. 1, 2. And then we need to change the sound of this string. Otherwise we're going to have a pretty boring tune. So what we're going to do is employ this hand to change the sound of that string. We call this our fretting hand. And the reason for that are because of these wire things going down. These are called frets. This is fret number 1, just here. This is fret number 2, 3, 4, and so on and so on. You might have a guitar that has a fret right next to the plastic bit up the top, called the 0 fret. The white bit's called the nut. Okay, and if you have a 0 fret, you can just ignore that. Now we want to fret the 2nd just here. And to get that correct, what I want you to do is make the OK sign. So make a little circle. Put it underneath the guitar, and with the thumb to the back and the finger on the front, we're going to squeeze that string down. And if we're doing it correctly, we should get a nice clear sound. Now if you get this sound, there are a few things that could be wrong. It could be that you're not pressing down with your fingertip. You see there, I've got a little line across the end of my finger. That's the bit that we want to be pressing down with the bony end of the finger. If it's flat, we could get an irregular sort of sound, and that might cause us problems later. It could be that you're not close enough to the fret and you're at this end. So for the 2nd fret, we want to be really up close, almost touching it, but not quite on top. Again, that might give us, we're sort of halfway to the 3rd fret there. So for our little tune, we're going to play 2 open strings with no fingers on. Then we're going to go for the 2nd fret, and we're going to take a finger off again and play an open string. Now we're looking for fret number 5. Now this is pretty easy because we've got some dots. Now not all guitars are the same, there are dots in different places, but nearly all electric and acoustic guitars have got some sort of dot. It might not be an inlaid dot like that, but there might be a dot on the edge. And that's fret number 5. If you haven't got any dots and you're really unlucky, we're just going to have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then finally, fret number 4. And that is the first line to the most famous song in the world. Did you get it? So hopefully you got that, and it's happy birthday. And I'm going to show you how to read that as a very quick and easy way of learning how to, I won't call it music, this is not music that we're reading, it's a sort of a rough and ready guitar version of music called tab. So this line here represents your thin string, and these 2 zeros show that we're going to pick that string twice. The 0 meaning that we don't need to put any fingers on from our fretting hand. So the 2 means we need to put on our 2nd fret. So when you get your finger down, you can pick that. And then the 0 means we're taking it off again and playing the open string, just like we've done previously. Now we're ready for fret 5, if we can find that. And then fret 4. And I've just marked a little line there to show that that's the end point of that phrase. Song, happy birthday to you. And every number there is symbolising one of the notes from that tune. So now we need to move on and do the next bit. This new section here, we've got the same intro as the beginning. 0, 0, 2, 0. But then we're travelling up a little bit further up to fret 7 and then fret 5. So just take a moment or two to get familiar with that section. Now here we have the last line, which has got the last two phrases of the piece, which sound like this. So I would like you to try and play that nice and steady. We've got lots of new frets that we've suddenly thrown in. It's a bit of a departure from the first line. So do take your time and count those frets carefully. Now you may want to practice this by printing out the music and having it in a large copy in front of you, or if you'd rather just pause the video here and keep the screen on, that's up to you. But I would like you to try and do this by looking at the music as we go along. There's no need to practice this from beginning to end, beginning to end, beginning to end. You can split it up, and if there's any sections that you find more tricky than others, isolate those, take them out, practice that section, and then try and put the whole piece back together again. But take your time. There's no need to rush through it and play it at the sort of speed that you can sing it at. What I'm really after here is to get a nice clear tone, making sure that you're holding the guitar properly and also fretting your notes correctly and making sure that finger is nicely supported with your thumb. Good luck, and I'll give you some feedback on it soon. Here's me playing it one more time with some video. Sorry about the noise in the background on this. It was absolutely hammering it down with rain when I was recording this, so it caught a bit of that in the background. But it should give you the general idea.